All righty, let's get started. Our last yoga class before Christmas. And then we've got next week off. No yoga next week. Unless you're really jonesing for it, let me know. We'll do something. I'm not doing much. Santa. Picture after. Oh, sorry, Maxine. I didn't pin my video. Didn't mute you. So I'm just going and pin me. There we go. Back again.
And then you're sending us the link for dinner.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is there's 7 of you that have already booked your spots for this class in person. So probably next week when I have the week off, I'll send you that link to register and put your credit card on it, and then it just renews every month. You just have to cancel it anytime if you don't want to do it the next month. Okay, perfect. It's gonna be so much better. Right? I can't keep track.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
And me, sometimes stuff with me, I'll go to a class or something and I forget to pay. Like it happens to me too. I'm like, I don't think I paid this month. Like at the refinery, I'm like, I don't think I paid for a month. I paid my classes this month. So I'm not gonna say anything till they get jump to me. I need someone to go, Denise, hey. All right, let's roll those shoulders back and down. We'll find ourselves in our easy seat. Close our eyes. Anchor down into our sit bones and then draw our spine up out of our pelvis. Stacking our shoulders on top of our pelvis and our head on top of our shoulders. A lot of the times, I know for me, I've got my head forward. So we're trying to stack it so that the least amount of strain. Stack our joints. Letting go of shoulder tension, of any jaw tension. As we hold our breathing here, see if we can do our alternate nostril breathing without plugging our nostrils. So breathing in through the right nostril and out through the left. In through the left and out through the right. Let's do about 5 or 6 rounds of breathing alternate nostril in one nostril, out the other. To really bring our awareness within, to focus on the sensations in our body and to let go of our morning. Some seated circles today, taking our chest towards our right knee, reaching forward and all the way around in front and then coming back up. Exhale, coming forward and around, and inhale as you come up. Thinking of lengthening that spine, reaching the chest towards the knee, then the shins, the other knee, and nice and straightly back up. Stirring up where your spine is connecting down into your pelvis. Taking a moment to notice the lower back, still anchoring into our sit bones. We'll do one more this direction and then stop and pause up at the top and make our way through the other direction. Seeing how the spine is feeling. Letting go of any judgment this morning towards our bodies, our thoughts about our bodies, or anyone else. Matching our movements to our breath. Last one, we'll pause back up at the top. And take our left hand long down the left side of our mat, reach our right arm over. All the way up and over to the other side. So let's flow side to side, warming up our bodies nicely. Longest night of the year last night. These are gonna get shorter. Yeah.
But don't you love how nice and bright it is at night now?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Use this winter to rest. Think of the snow like a big blanket. The earth is resting, so it's okay to rest as well. We'll flow right into our twists. Inhale, reaching up or out. Exhale, twisting over to one side. Be gentle with your back, with your ribs. Focusing on the breath, always bringing it back to breathing. If the mind wanders, it's okay. Notice it wander, bring it back. Last one of the twists. And we'll keep our right hand over to our left knee and reach our left arm up. And then taking our right shoulder towards our right knee. You can extend this left hand long if you'd like to. Feel a nice, beautiful stretch there. You're taking care of your neck. You could use your left hand to support your head here. We'll come up and switch sides. Left hand over to the right knee. We'll reach the right arm up. That can feel okay, and or tip them over. Left shoulder towards left knee, or supporting our head with our hands. Breathe, feel, listen, and honor your body today, wherever it may be. Bringing it back up. Let's take our hands to our heart, a little bow forward towards the earth. Hands clasped back behind us, and we draw our chest back up into some chest expansion. Big breath in. All right, we'll take our fingertips back behind us. We'll flow through flowing deer pose. So there's some space between our toes. Finally painted mine. Take it over to one side and then the other. Massaging our lower back or our backside down on the mat and stretching our chest. When we come up, we stretch. Last one, holding it over onto one side. Pressing our fingertips, hands into the mat, opening up our chest into deer pose. Reindeer pose, actually. Yeah, let's call it reindeer pose. Other side. Wonderful. We'll move into a butterfly, not our full butterfly, just a little flap of our wings to get the blood moving in our legs. This is a good thing to do before you go maybe cross-country skiing or something, just to get the blood moving. Take our knees together and we'll roll back onto our backs today for some bridge work. Oh, should feel really nice. Stay down here for a while. Let's roll side to side, massaging our lower back down on the mat. And then pressing our feet down into the mat. So we're moving up into 10 bridges. So we're lifting up, inhale, not as high as we would all normally go once we're warm, and exhale back down onto the mat. Lifting up, inhale, exhaling, bringing it back down. One vertebrae at a time, coming up off the mat, the chest opens, press into both feet. A few more, strengthening the back of your body. Last one. We'll hold up for 10 pulses, up and down, just maybe going halfway down and then back up. Keeping tension on our inner thighs as well. Let's go 3 more, 2 more. And last one, holding it up now for 10 breaths. You can take a little break if you need to, or if it feels better to go down and then come back up. Breathe. Softening the jaw, there's no weight in our head, strengthening our back. Slowly lowering down to the mat, let's draw the knees into chest and take a rock side to side again. Moving into some bicycles, fingertips coming to our temples. We'll bring our knees back out to 90 degrees or toes on the mat. And start to move through some bicycles for our abs. Some modifications that you can make if you're taking care of your neck, shoulders, or back. Our head is down. We can do some toe taps. If you'd like a little more, you're keeping your shoulder blades up off the mat the whole time. And then extending your legs long. Fingertips to temples. We're trying not to pull on our head or our neck. Last one, and we'll go back up to our bridge for 10 breaths to stretch our core and our hip flexors again. So we come back up. You can clasp your hands together if you'd like to underneath. Breathe. Feel the front of your body lengthening. Amazing. Let's take the hands apart. One vertebrae at a time comes back down. We'll be rolling over to bring ourselves back to all fours with one foot out today for our cat and cow. We'll take our left foot out first. Check in with your right knee. We want to bring that knee underneath our hip and move to our cat and cow with a leg out. Think about that pelvis now turning up slightly and tucking under as we start to massage and warm up our hip where we want to keep lots of mobility in. Mobility and strength. That can be a little bit different than just trying to get really flexible. You want to be mobile and strong, and of course flexible comes in as well. The song, this is Sharon Vanderberg's favorite Christmas song. Last one, we'll go to the other side, take that right foot out, move through our cat and cow here. Focusing on how it feels in your pelvis and in your ball and socket there of your hip. Matching your breath to your movement. Last one. We'll slide that right knee in, slide our hands out and move into puppy pose, keeping our chest lifted. Our chest towards the mat, our hips are lifted. So there's some opening across the heart. If it feels okay, you could bring your hands together and place them back behind your head to stretch your tricep. We'll bring those hands forward again, look up with them, slide our chest right down onto the floor. Draw our hands into some cup hands. And go into Cobra Pulls, trying not to press too much down. Using our back to lift us and then back down. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, going down. Got a few of these. We do a lot of focus this year on keeping our backs strong. Or next year, pardon me, for 2022. So as we flow up, we'll hold this next Cobra. The shoulder blades slide down the back. We're using those muscles here. Even our quads, our legs are strong. Hands will press now. We'll go up and back to child's pose. Unless you'd like to float up into downward dog, you can do what feels right for you in this moment. All right, inhaling to all fours. Exhaling, sliding back to child's pose. Let's warm up our lower back. Do a few more. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, child's pose. And then we'll turn that into a plank position as we inhale, either full or kneeling plank. So those hips are shifting a little bit forward, further, and back. We can turn that into downward dog and full plank. That feels a little bit better for you. We'll come back to all fours or downward facing dog. Lifting our left foot or just our left knee if we're on all fours, and shifting into a three-legged plank or kneeling three-legged plank. So if you're on all fours, same thing, you're lifting that leg. Go back to all fours or downward dog, lift the other foot, and come into a plank, kneeling or full plank. Love it. Child's pose, maybe some more space between your knees for this next one. Looking up at the hands, let's inhale, come to all fours, exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling our feet, pressing the earth away. And then checking in with our alignment for downward dog. We've got about hip distance space between our 2 feet, a small bend in our knees. Reaching the hips up towards the ceiling, the heels towards the mat. And if we gaze at our hands, think of connecting not only just through your wrists, but also through the knuckles underneath your index and your middle fingers, turning the creases of your elbows towards the front of the mat or towards each other, your choice. Help protect our shoulders and our back. Look up between the hands. Let's walk, step, or jump up to halfway lift. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. A few more of those flows, drawing up with the strength of your back. Think of that lower back, connecting to the spine, the mid back, the upper back, and then relaxing. More. When you're ready, we'll move into a chair pose. Take your time. Maybe on that next inhale, you come right up to your chair. Choose where you want your arms to be. Check in with our toes. Into an airplane pose, straightening our legs, reaching the arms back, widening across the chest still as our palms face the floor and our fingertips reach back towards the back wall. You've got a little bit of tension between our shoulder blades, strengthening our upper back. Wonderful. Inhale, coming up into our mountain pose. Oh yeah, a little stretch. Let's do a little back bend and flow through forward fold and a back bend. Now, pressing into both of our feet. So if you're taking care of your back, you might want to do this as an airplane flow or taking away that back bend altogether. Love it. Last one. We'll bring our hands to our heart. Take our left foot back to move through one moonflower and one sunflower. So big breath in. We'll do a moonflower, chest up, and then a sunflower, chest towards the mat. One at a time. Both of our movements, we're bending our knees, especially when we're reaching down for something on the ground. Bend our knees, engage the core. Definitely not a white Christmas. That dream has come true. Yeah. Scale should open, I hope. Last one. It should. I'm hoping for, well, it would be nice for the Christmas next week. Last one. Hold it down in our goddess pose. Let's shift our weight to one side, lift to heel, other side. You can bring your hands to your thighs if that feels better. Just see how the hips are doing. Mobility. Next one. We'll straighten out our legs, turn our toes towards the long edge, so more towards the window. Find our hips, you can give them a little squeeze and hinge at our hips, lengthening our spine. We'll stop halfway so that our back remains relatively flat. Pressing into both of our feet. You can keep your hands here or reach them long and out. Again, think of that tension, or I want to say tension, strength between your shoulder blades as the belly button moves up towards the spine. Using forward fold, let it go down now. Now we let that spine start to lengthen. Looking up at our hand, our right foot, we'll turn that right toe back up towards the mat, towards me. Lift our back heel, walk our hands to frame our front foot. And push to forward fold. Exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. All the way up, breathe in. Exhale to chair pose. Choose where you want your arms to go. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. All right, relax those shoulders. Let's do some sun salutation. A nice long warm up. So switch our song, see what we get. See what we get. What does my son say? Get what his teacher says, Sarah was there. You get what you get and you don't get upset. So that's what he's learning. I'm like, that is a great thing to say. Get what you get and you don't get upset. All right, let's come up to the tops of our mats, find some space between our feet. All on the fan, I do that too. Big breath up, inhale. Exhale, dive into your fold, dive. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Left foot back, lunge, breathe in, fold or kneeling. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Resting or flowing, pull into our plank, halfway or all the way to your belly, up dog or cobra, belly or downward facing dog. Right foot up between the hands, find your lunge, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in, strong back. Fold again, breathe out. Sweep up to the sky. Exhale to chair. Back up. Take a big breath in. Meet in our mountain pose. We'll do it again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold again. Right foot back. Breathe in. Strong breath. A full exhale to take you to downward dog or child's pose. Holding or flowing forward. Halfway or all the way. Up dog with a chest expansion. Downward facing dog or child's pose. Left foot between the hands. Rise to your lunge. Anchor through your front and your back foot. Forward fold. Breathing out. Halfway lift. And fold again. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. There's two. You know they did 108 last night at the Healing Loft.
Yeah.
We should do that next solstice.
108.
108, yeah. We'll do that one day. 1 month. 25 a week or something.
Let's start at 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to put that in context, we usually do like 6 max in our warm up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do a few extra today. Big breath up, inhale, exhale, fold. Halfway lift, fold again. Left foot back, breathe into your lunge. Breathe out, downward dog or child's pose. Hold or flow through your half series. Even down dog or child's pose, there's no rush. Right foot between the hands. Rise to lunge. Folding, breathing out. Halfway up. Then we fold again. Reach all the way up. Meet in our chair pose. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. So our next one will have an option to do our sun salutations B, which we practiced a little bit this month. Big breath up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And on your exhale, plank or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Or hold your plank. Downward dog or child's pose. Left foot between the hands. One lunge, breathe in. Breathe out, chaturanga or plank. Hold or flow through. Up dog or your cobra. Back into down dog. Right foot. One lunge. And a breath out to chaturanga or plank. Hold or flow. Back in downward dog. Hop, step, or jump to halfway lift. Breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to our mountain. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, dive. Halfway lift. Step or jump back to chaturanga or plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog, pressing into both of your hands. Right foot between the hands. One lunge. Chaturanga or plank, or even hold your lunge if you don't feel like going down. Up dog or cobra, or hold your plank with me. Downward dog. Left foot between the hands. One lunge, breathe in. Chaturanga or plank, breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Hop, step, or jump between the hands. Halfway lift. Hold. Sweep up. Exhale to chair. Back up, breathe in. Exhale to mountain. Sun salutations done. Great job.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
100?
It would be.
Yeah.
You just, you know what, you just break it down.
Yeah.
We do like 10 sets of 10 with like a couple minutes in between for a break. We can do it. We could definitely do that.
Okay, well, we wouldn't be challenging them anytime soon, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could even just keep your own track. You wouldn't
Yeah.
have to stick with me.
Uh,
We'll try it one time, or we'll just go join their class. I'll
uh,
come with you guys.
They do what, summer, winter solstice, and summer solstice?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Wow.
But let's start working our way up. Let's start adding a few more sun salutations in, and then maybe once a month we'll have like a big class of it. Because it is very meditative. So let's bring that right foot forward, left foot back, moving into warrior one. So that left heel goes down, we're bending our right. Wonderful reindeer pose today. Hands come back behind us. We've got our antlers. And again, we're drawing those shoulder blades towards each other in the back and sliding them in towards the spine. Breathe. Sinking into the support of our leg while we press into both of our feet. We can close our eyes. The mind wanders, let it wander to all the blessings of life. We'll lift our back heel, bring our hands to our sides, palms down, and look over our front foot. The core strong, the back helping to hold the core. Breathe. If it feels okay, reaching your arms long. And then if you'd like to move to warrior three, we can. The weight all goes onto the front foot. We lift the back into warrior three. Check in with your hips, facing the mat. And again, that core is strong. We'll step the left foot back, bend the right knee, warrior two. So now we're opening up a bit to that long edge of our mat. And we'll start to check in again with stacking our joints, our head on top of our shoulders on top of our pelvis, and stacking our vertebrae. While we reach our arms out long, breathe. We'll take our left hand now and wrap it back around our back. And turn our right palm up and reach up into reverse warrior, where we can stay. You can sink deeper into your legs, or you can take a little bit off if it's not feeling steady. Breathe. Coming back to our regular warrior 2 arms, palms face down. We'll straighten our right leg, but not lock it, so just still a bend. Open up the palms, reach forward, and hinge down into a triangle, where we could check in here with the shoulder, take care of it by tucking the arm back, and think about the back. That midsection, your core is holding you here in place. If our gaze is up, let's take a look down at our toe. Admiring our paint job of our toenails. Making our way to downward facing dog. Take your time. We can take a rest in downward dog, child's pose, or plank, or flow through your half series, your chaturanga, up dog, or cobra, or something else that feels good for your shoulders. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. We flip dog today to have some fun. And there's not a ton of folks in class, so we don't have to worry about. Let's lift our right foot up. Left foot, pardon me, ladies. Left foot goes up. We'll bend our left knee and take that left heel towards your right butt cheek. Right. And then we let that left knee reach up towards the sky as we look underneath our left armpit or elbow. And that left foot starts to reach for the mat behind you. We come to place it down, flip over, and come into our flip dog. We can reach up or reach long. Check in with your ribs. If something doesn't feel right, pull back. And then we flip it back over. Let's do our other flow on the other side. So left foot coming up between the hands. Back heel goes down, warrior 1, breathe in. We bring our thumbs back behind us into our antlers. Breathe. So we'll check in again with our alignment. So we don't want to be leaning forward too much in our warrior 1. Lift it up, sink it down. And start to check in with your ankles. Just doing an inventory, your shins, your calves, your knees. Notice the parts of your body that maybe you don't give a ton of attention to each day. Lift our heel, reach our hands back, gazing over our front foot. So we're still reaching through our back heel, gazing over our front foot. Breathe. You can stay here or move up into our warrior 3, or just reach your arms. So you can reach your arms or lift the back foot into your warrior 3. 5 breaths there. Step that back foot back down onto the mat. Warrior 2, right arm goes back, left arm is forward. Soften through the shoulders. Check in with your core strength, your center. That amazing spine that runs the center of your body, connecting. Take our right hand and wrap it around our back. Turn the left palm up and reach up into our reverse warrior, sinking more deeply into the legs if that feels good. Our left knee still having a bend in it. Breathe. Actively pressing through both of our feet. Come back to our warrior two, straightening out our left leg, opening up our palms. Let's reach that left hand forward and hinge down into triangle. So straightening out the front leg. If you shorten your stance, you can walk your back foot in a little bit. Breathe. Honor the shoulder. So we're reaching that left arm up towards the sky. Adding in any modifications that feel good in the moment. All right, let's take it back to downward facing dog. Exhale. This time lifting your right foot up off the mat. Into our three-legged dog. So we start to see how it feels to bend that knee, maybe wag the tail a little bit. You can stay with that, especially if it's your first. Try it, flip dog, or reach that heel back behind you. Then we lift the other arm up, and it either reaches to the sky or long towards me. Back strengthener. Adding in or modifying anything that feels nice. Downward dog. Taking time. Holding or flowing through downward dog, halfway lift, or sorry, chaturanga. Dog or cobra. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. Hop, step, or jumping. Come up between the hands. Oh, you know what I wanted to try? Let's step it back to downward dog. It's 3 jumps forward. Caroline's done this with me before. We're going to keep our backside up in the air while we take 3 hops to forward fold. So we hop, keep bum up. Right on our toes, hop, keep bum up. Hop, keep bum up. Not engage those really deep core muscles to get there. Halfway lift, breathe in and fold again, exhale. Sweep all the way up. Good. So we're going into our Christmas tree. So for that, we've got our arms down, they reach wide. Peak of our tree, our head, and our right foot will go out. And our tree, Christmas tree. Anchor to the earth, lift our spines up. Stay right here or do anything else with your arms. You can reach or reach up to the sky or stay in your Christmas tree. Using all of the muscles that we can bring into play to help us. Bring the knee in front of us, take the foot out, flex it, bring it back, and lift up to the side, and open up into star. Or another tree or Christmas pose, our star on top of our tree. Breathe. If it feels better, you can reach your arms long and star. I'm a falling star. Let's bring it back. Other side. So our tree on the other side, we've got our arms reaching long, actively reaching, softening our right knee, we'll bring it in. Lengthen again up through the spine. Choose if you want to keep your arms where they are or bring them up. Have our foot wherever it feels nice on our leg. Breathe. Amazing. Bring the knee around, straighten the leg, flex the foot, draw it back, and open up into star. So in this position, we're strengthening the outer part of our glutes, our hip, our core, especially this oblique. Draw it in. If you'd like to, we'll reach long. the ankle, strengthening. And release. Let's bring our hands back behind us, open up into some chest expansion. Should feel really nice across your back and forward fold. Exhale. Let the head be heavy, allow it to dangle. Release the hands, halfway lift, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. 2 more Christmas poses. Let's reach all the way up, bring our palms together and lift up onto our toes. This is our candle. Think of the core. All of those muscles that surround your spine. Even your pelvic floor, strong and steady. And tip over to one side to make a candy cane. Strengthen our calf muscles. Whoa. A candle flickering over to the other side. And release. Amazing job. Relax those shoulders. We're going to make our way down onto our knees at first for camel. And a foot stretch, because that worked our toes nicely, that pose that we just did. So if you'd like to stretch your feet, put all 5 toes on the mat and the heels face the sky. They're still hip distance so between our knees. And you can sit back onto your heels or not. If you have really tight feet like I do, then you put a little block back behind you. So we're trying to stretch out all the fascia on the back, sole of our foot. It's hard.
Because I have clients, I can't.
They don't want to bend.
No, they don't want to bend.
All right, so we'll put the tops of the feet back down on the mat, put the knees underneath the hips. So instead of when we do our camel pose, I just want to make sure we're not clenching and going forward with our camel. Instead, we're drawing up and in. So instead of the back, the lower back compressing and crunching, think of it widening a little bit. Okay, so the lower back, we've got our hands back behind us or our fists into our sacrum, and we draw the elbows towards each other. And then we check in with drawing forward. So we're squeezing our inner thighs together. And if you want to, we'll reach maybe our left hand to our left heel, keep our chest forward. Switch sides. Just see how it feels. And we can start to flow, reaching our left arm up and back, either to the same side or the other side. And then we come back up and down. Chop, sweep it back and up. Do one more on each side, up. So the hips stay forward. Next one. Let's come back to our lower back. So if you want to go into your full camel, you can. So both fingers reaching back for the heels. So you can do that if you want to, or go to half camel or stay up. We don't do this one enough. Definitely not. Let's take a break. All right, we're going to stretch out the calves now. Let's bring our right toes, line them up with your left knee. And that right heel's right down on the mat if possible. We'll use our body weight onto our thigh to press down while we keep this foot down. So where you should feel it is right in your Achilles and your calf muscle. Leaning forward on the knee. Keeping our heel down on the mat, that right heel. And we'll switch sides. So lining up our left toes if possible, in line with our knee. The heels down, and then we lean forward. Keep that a nice flexibility in our Achilles. Preventing injuries before they can happen. Wonderful. Take a seat, girls, friends, folks. This will be called poinsettia pose today instead of butterfly. We're lifting up nice and tall, drawing our knees towards the mat, the soles of our feet together. Lengthening up through the crown of your head, up towards the sky, softening the shoulders. Yogi's choice, if you want to put pressure on your knees, you can. I usually choose not to, just use your muscles to reach them down. Breathe. Some fun. Oh, Valentine's Day in February, we're going to do Valentine's partner class. Bring your hubby or your best friend. They're like, no, that will really take our zen away. And then we'll reach forward a little bit. If that doesn't feel comfortable for your hips, draw those feet forward a little bit and then come down. Lift up the crown of the head. Let's take our knees in. All right. So we're going to do our regular bridge pose, and today we'll have an option to lift up into shoulder stand or let our feet drop back into plow. So I'll show you both of those. I'm by no means amazing at them. So you've got your bridge pose. So before you get down, and you can play around with bringing your hands under your lower back. And then you lift your feet. And you can stay there or go into plow. But if you're taking care of your neck, you don't want to do the plow pose because it's a lot on your neck. So you would stay with your regular bridge. All right, let's give it a try. So we've got our regular bridge pose, or even a restorative bridge. If you're taking care of your back today, you put a block underneath. Lift our hips as high as we can. You can even lift up your heels so that you can bring your hands underneath. And then you can lift up one foot or the other, moving up into your shoulder stand, reaching the heels up towards the sky, and being mindful not to have too much weight in our head. So take the weight into the forearms, into the backs of the arms, into your shoulder blades. And if it feels okay for your neck, you move into plow pose. If that does not feel nice, you want to make adjustments because this is a big bend on your neck. Do whatever feels nice for you. So if you're in plow, you'll come back to the feet up. We'll slowly lower one vertebrae at a time to come to legs up a wall. We're reaching the feet up. So I'm not spending too much time in that pose today, but just kind of getting used to it as we add in some fun things for 2022. If you have any poses that you see or something you'd love to work on in the new year, send me a message and I'll try to work those into our classes. All right, let's bend our knees, take a little rock side to side. Go into supine butterfly pose. Soles of the feet come together. We let the knees fall out to the sides. This doesn't feel nice for your hips. You can go with the feet apart, legs wide. We can stay in our supine butterfly pose today for our Shavasana, or gently draw our knees together. Walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Take your time to settle into the best part of class, our relaxing part. Our Shavasana pose. Settle in, take your time. An overall softening of our body with a big breath out. Just feel yourself letting go of tension. Doing a little inventory of our body to see how we're doing in this moment. Our jaw softening. Our bellies relaxing. Our legs, letting go of tension. The backs of our legs melting into the earth. A couple quotes today from Embers. One is about a miracle and the other is joy. The miracle is that we are here at all. Life itself is our greatest wonder. To simply be is awe-inspiring. Spend time creating good words, good feelings, good relationships, good memories. Creating those stories of your life is a sacred act and all that we are really meant to do. Joy. The joy in having someone special in your life isn't that they love the same things you do. The joy lies in knowing they love it, that you love something. The last one, moments. All we have are moments. So live them as though not one can be wasted. Inhabit them. Fill them with the light of your best good intention. Honor those moments with your full presence. Find the joy, the calm, the assuredness that allows the hours and the days to take care of themselves. If we can do that, we have lived. slowly and gently making our way back to the sounds of the room, the light of the room, the air on our skin, entering our body, all the gifts that surround us that maybe we take for granted, like the air. Wiggle our fingers, our toes. Slowly make your way into any stretch that feels nice for you. You can roll over onto one side. Make sure our wrists are ready, our neck is ready. Rolling over onto one side, take your time. Make our way up to our easy seated position. Let those shoulders go down again and check in with how our joints are aligned in our posture. Big breath up, inhaling. Exhale, let's draw the hands peacefully back towards our heart center. One more big breath, full of joy. Find the joy in the moments over the next week or so. Exhale, hands to our hearts. If it feels nice for you, we can do a little bow down. Namaste. Have a very happy holidays. Yeah. Yes, I will. Can't wait. Oh.
That was good.
I missed last Wednesday. I hate missing my class.
Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah, me too.
Well, and why did I, oh, my daughter-in-law. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because,
Bye. Have a great day.